Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome to this latest episode of Movies Merica. Spoiler warning, where we are getting very normal, which in the context of tonight's movie, normal is getting very abnormal, okay? And it is getting wild, wacky, and weird up in this seemingly normal environment and atmosphere. And if you've seen the movie Normal, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, you're like, what's this guy talking about, man? What? What? Okay, so should probably go see the movie Normal, as I told you to last Sunday in my spoiler-free review here. But we're getting into the Bob Odenkirk movie, the action comedy movie Normal tonight. Okay, spoilers and all right. So if you've seen Normal or you just don't care if it's spoiled for you, then yeah, join us here on this normal version of Movies Merica. Spoiler warning. But first, we got business to attend to.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to this latest episode of Movies Merica. Spoiler warning, particularly to all my movie maniacs and my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics out there. You know who you are. You're the kind of people that, you just have this simple request, a simple desire in life, and that is for your movies not to preach at you, not to sermonize at you. You just want to be entertained or at least infotained, all right? And you have zero tolerance, zero room in your life for a woke movie. And as I told you on Sunday, Normal is not a woke movie, okay? And thankfully, we're getting less and less of those out there, okay? IQs are slowly going up. So that means the level of woke is going down. All right. But so this is Bob Odenkirk. This is him doing kind of a slight variation of his character in the Nobody movies, where in the Nobody movies, he looks basically like the movie title is. That's what it implies. Nobody, right? He's just like some average looking dude. Looks like he should be an accountant or, a used car salesman or something like that. Somebody who you call and he shows up to fix your refrigerator, right? But he was special forces and he's a hired assassin and that kind of thing, right? Whereas in Normal, where he's playing this character, Sheriff Ulysses Richardson, I believe is his name. He is not Spec Ops, all right? He's not secretly like Chris Kyle or some Navy SEAL or former Delta Force or something like that. Now he's just some normal regular sheriff there, sporting his badge on his uniform and just going through life, like any normal cop, scarfing your donuts and your coffee and all that stuff, right? But he still ends up getting in some shit, okay, in this movie. But what I should do here actually is let's go ahead and play the trailer or play one of the trailers for this movie to kind of get us back into the normal vibe.
Welcome to Normal, Minnesota, a charming, unassuming town where time moves slow and a friendly face is always just around the corner.
Your eyes, that mouth.
You'll never be far from our local mayor, dedicated deputy sheriff, a friendly mailman, cheerful store owners, cozy eateries. Oh, and our town moose.
Hey! Like the way you law, man.
Life in Normal is quiet, peaceful, predictable. until it isn't.
Why are they shooting at you?
I'm at a loss.
Jesus.
That's not where I was aiming.
Welcome to normal.
It flows through my veins.
All right, there we go. All right, excellent here. And real quick, I gotta acknowledge my man, Mr. Scott Awesome, up in here in the live chat here, saying "Hail!" Yeah, I like that hail right there. Yeah, no, guessing maybe he knows I'm a Michigan fan, or maybe that hail has nothing to do with Michigan there. So, but I will take your hail. Hail, yes, I'll take your hail right there. So, and yeah, yeah, you're right. He's kind of a more of a Bruce Willis type character in this, where he seems he's an unassuming kind of character. Remember John McClane, at the beginning of Die Hard, where he's just looks like just some schmo who happens to be a cop coming in from New York, and he's going to see his wife and kids there in LA, but he's got to stop off at this little Christmas Eve party at Nakatomi Plaza, which that's actually, one of the plot holes in Die Hard. Like, what company has an actual Christmas party on Christmas Eve, right? You always have like 2 weeks before Christmas or a week after Christmas. You don't have it on Christmas Eve. Come on. What kind of unbelievable crap are you expecting us to swallow there, makers of Die Hard? Come on. There you go. But you know what? Hey, there's a lot more good in Die Hard than there is bad. That's for sure. So one of the classics. But yeah, so all that to say is John McClane, very unassuming. You don't know he can kick ass until he's kicking wholesale ass at retail prices throughout the rest of that movie, Die Hard. And so the same can be said about Sheriff Ulysses Henderson, played by Bob Odenkirk here, who is let's call him, the Fargo version of John McClane, right here. He's, he's been like, yelling like a yippee-ki-yay motherfucker, but, maybe with a Minnesota accent or something like that, or, where I'm going with that. But anyway, yeah, a good point there, Mr. Scott. Awesome. And, with this movie here, Normal, the beginning of it like plays like the O-Ren Ishii parts of Kill Bill Volume 1. Remember that part? That was the segment of Kill Bill Volume 1 where you have Lucy Liu, and she plays like the half American, half Japanese leader of the Yakuza in Tokyo or wherever she was. Anyway, she was, that's the part of Kill Bill Volume 1 that I'm talking about there. And so, yeah, like I said, so since Normal plays like that O-Ren Ishii kind of Yakuza part of Kill Bill Volume 1, where someone, who was told that this is an action comedy set in a small Minnesota town, because it starts out like that, they might end up having to check their movie ticket again to make sure they're in the correct theater. They'll be like, whoa, what? I thought we were seeing Fargo with heavy weaponry, not Black Rain. All right. And you see the Yakuza thugs get head, when the lead guy relieves one of the thugs of his head. It's hilarious, though, how the Yakuza thugs that you see there, the ones that didn't get their head lopped off, who have to atone for some off-screen screw-up by cutting off a finger. Here, they're actually being sent to Normal. They're being stationed in Normal by, these by the Yakuza boss there. And, once they hear they're being sent to Normal, they act like I do when someone says that there's a toilet for me to plunge. All right? They're like, ugh. It's like, what the hell? Okay, don't send me to Normal, Minnesota. I mean, what the hell? I don't even want to go to North Mogadishu. I mean, sorry, the Twin Cities. All right, much less go to some little podunk frozen ass town up in Minnesota. Hell no. All right, anywhere but freeze your nuts off Minnesota. It probably doesn't help that these 9-fingered lackeys also know that, besides being thousands of miles away from any decent sake, if they let something happen to any of the Yakuza's fortune being stored in normal, well, their bosses are just going to hop on a plane, have a little midair cocktail, fly to Minnesota, and just kill everyone there, including, their nine-fingered asses, all right? No probationary period, no dock and pay, nope. Just a dirt nap, all right? Sayonara, suckers. Okay. So yeah, that probably could be behind why not probably, that's definitely behind their less than enthusiastic reaction to the news that they're being sent to Normal, Minnesota. Okay, I guess they're not even swayed by, or maybe they just didn't know about it yet. About the I guess the supposedly delicious meatloaf that you can get there in Normal, Minnesota, or like what's that one deputy? That one deputy is like going crazy. He's losing his stuff over potluck there. And it just kind of just shows you just some of the tropes that they have in this movie. But again, there's a lot of great stuff in Normal, and it's not going to break any box office records or anything like that. So it just doesn't have the right title to it. Didn't have the right marketing. It just doesn't have big star power in it whatsoever. I mean, the biggest stars it has in it is, Saul Goodman from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, and Queen Cersei from Game of Thrones, Lena Headey in it, and that's about. Oh well, we can't forget the Fonz. It has the Fonz in it, until he's not in it. Okay, as you'll hear later on, got Henry Winkler in the movie there as well. But yeah, not exactly Avengers, Endgame, or Ocean's 11, with the big star casting or anything like that. So no, this is not an event movie, not at all right there. So yeah, I'm not surprised if you weren't exactly like getting your door banged down by all your friends and family. Go, man, we got to go see Normal, man. Come on, there's this new Bob Odenkirk movie. Come on, let's go. All right, there you go. We got to watch this thing. All right. So nope, not at all with this movie. Real quick here though, and I'm going to make this mercifully fast, but I just want to let you guys know that there is this thing called a like button that's right on down there. So if you would be so kind to click the old like button, by all means, go ahead and do that. And then also down there, right next to the like button, should be a subscribe or follow button down there as well. And now, don't click on it if you already have, otherwise you'll unsubscribe or unfollow, right? And then there's the notification bell button down there as well, which is just gonna like send you like a one lowly, just one email. It's not gonna carpet bomb you. It's not gonna blitz your inbox with emails, but just one email to let you know that there's a upcoming piping hot, delicious, scrumptious new episode of Movies Merica coming soon just for you. Okay, there you go. And then lastly, real quick here, just to anybody who's not watching live, if you're watching this later on, watching the recording of it here, well, thanks. First off, thanks. Good to see you. Thanks for watching. And just want to say to you guys that we can still communicate back and forth with each other. We are just going to have to do it, though, via the comment section down below. Okay, there you go, the comment section. And get in there, comment about whatever you want. Go crazy, go nuts. Let me know if you think the show sucks, think it's somewhere like in the middle, or you're like just in love with it, man. You got like you got a whole shrine dedicated to me because you love my show so much right there. So hey, by all means, whatever, go ahead and comment your little hearts out right there. All right, but we're moving on. All right, let me double check here real quick. And oh yeah, Mr. Scott Awesome up in the live chat says, don't forget the moose. Yeah, that moose made an entrance, didn't it? I think that I mean, they got the scene where the sheriff is trying to sleep, if I remember correctly, and then he just hears some ungodly sound outside, like, something like that, right? It's like a sound where it'd make you and me like, what the hell, and you just spring out of bed, run outside, and he just runs into a moose. I mean, hey, Minnesota things, right? That's the whatever. That's Minnesota for you. So, but yeah, and I did like the fact that they kind of get, they're purposely trying to mislead you, misdirect you. Whether you see like the puddles of red, you're like, ooh, blood, and then it turns out nope, the moose got into a can of red paint there, so it's a little moment there. So yeah, I gotta love that. But yeah, Mr. Scott, awesome, advocating for the moose right there, which I respect right there. He's got the moose lobby there in his hands right there. So, all right. Well, speaking of normal, we got more normal to talk about here. And, I love how normal just keeps the Hollywood tropes about the Midwest, particularly the upper Midwest, alive and kicking. All right. I mean, remember that Simple Minds song back in the 80s? Alive and kicking. Well, it applies this movie right here and what they're trying to do with those Midwest tropes that Hollywood loves to peddle there. Okay, I mean, like for instance, you get the trope that everyone is borderline, unnervingly friendly, as if they're covering something up, while I'm being friendly. There's no way I'm someone who poured sugar in your gas tank. I'm being very friendly to you. There's zero chance I dream of murdering you so then I can have your wife. No, come on. I'm friendly. Okay, I'm very cordial, right? Now, who can forget the trope where the Yakuza runs every Midwestern small town, right? The classic trope about the Midwest. Scratch that one. No, that's not a trope. That's not a trope. How about the one where Midwesterners have to keep themselves from climaxing if they happen to see a potluck at somebody's house or wherever, okay? I mean, speaking of which, part of plugging your movie for actors is, of course, them having to do goofy little promotional videos like this one I'm about to show you where Bob Odenkirk and Jess McLeod rank Midwestern foods. So what do you say we check this out?
Are you fucking serious?
This doesn't.
Don't be eating this. Put the Ozempic away and don't eat this. Hi, Bob Odenkirk here.
Hi, I'm Jess McLeod.
And we are gonna do a blind ranking of Midwestern foods.
I think of a hot dog and I think Costco.
I'm gonna put this way up near the top.
So wait.
It's really good for you.
Yeah?
And it's really good. I've only had a hot dish one time.
I'm seeing nothing wrong with this.
Something's gotta be number one, the lowest.
This can't be number one.
I won't make it number one, but I'm just saying, at some point we're gonna have to go down here.
You're right, and I'm gonna feel guilty when we get there.
That's gonna be a 3.
Sorry, girl.
I'm from the Midwest. I've never heard of Watergate salad. This is going to 1.
I don't feel guilty at all. This is not real. This is not real.
It's a version of steak tartare, but it looks like it's just hamburger meat that you didn't cook. This is gonna be number 2. This is a picture of cheese curds, and they're so good. They squeak on your teeth. So yeah,
Do we want
9.
to eat?
It's number 9.
Okay.
The chili on noodles makes perfect sense. I love chili served this way. I want to go 8.
Like 8.
Who made the ambrosia? Right? I'm not even doing the
Is that your
accent.
southern accent?
Nah, I
That
could
was
do a
great.
stronger one. Who brought the ambrosia? It's gonna get to be number 4 though. Chicago style pizza. I'm from Chicago. Personally, I like thin crust pizza.
I really do like a deep dish pizza.
Yeah, well, you like cheese.
I'm scared. It's 6. Lime
That's a mistake.
cottage. Don't. Okay.
That's gonna be here because it's trying to go down lower. I know why people eat it, because
Yeah.
it tastes great. If I had a time machine, one of my missions, kill Hitler, feed puppy chow, this kind, to a caveman.
Awesome.
And watch him like he's on acid.
Yeah, he's running.
Yeah. All right, we'll make it number 10. There it goes. We did our job.
This is actually.
These are all 10. These are the
This is
10.
10.
And this is these are the nether regions.
We love you though.
We want you to be healthy
Midwest.
to come see our movie.
Yeah.
You know, that green jello thing right there. So, yeah, they call it like a lime jello thing or something like that. We call it icky green salad in my family there. But it's not in like bunt cake form or anything like that. It's just like a just a glass cake pan kind of thing, right? You know, it's a baking dish. We make it in that, but it's like, yeah, lime jello, uh, and cottage cheese and green olives and walnuts in it. And I know a lot of you are probably like, okay, but me, I love it, man. I must have the Midwest just coursing through my veins right there. Okay. I love that salad. Okay. Now it's not as good as it used to be there. Not to go into a whole, Ebert family food diatribe over here, but I don't know which one of my older relatives back when I was a kid used to make it, but man, woo, they were like the Walter White of icky green salad, man. It was like 100% pure. Okay. And now the icky green salad is a little lacking. It's like 73% pure, like they cut it with too much baby powder or something like that. It's not near as good. But I know a lot of you know, saw what you saw in that video. And they're like, it was never good. It looks awful. It looks nasty. I'd rather eat the inner inside of a dirty baby's diaper. Which, if that's a true statement for you, you've got problems. No way. All right. But another thing is just seeing Bob Odenkirk in that video right there. Just suddenly, it gave me the sudden urge to like watch some Mr. Show later on tonight. There, you guys remember Mr. Show? It was the sketch comedy show that was like on HBO like decades ago, where Bob Odenkirk was on there with David Cross, and that's where I think I first saw Bob Odenkirk was way back, when he was doing, hardcore comedy on Mr. Show. So I'm gonna have to revisit. I'm gonna have to go back to like 1993 and go check out some Mr. Show on HBO tonight, right there. But hopefully you enjoyed that Midwest food segments. I gotta agree with Bob. I do like Chicago dog. Get those tomatoes out of there. Those tomatoes got to go. Got to throw them out there. Get those tomatoes out of there. I like the Cincinnati style chili. All good. There. What is that chili place? Everyone's always telling me about it in Cincinnati. That you got to go to the chili place. Like I can't remember what it was. Anybody in a live chat there? Help a man out right there. But yeah, there's a famous chili place in Cincinnati. What else? Puppy chow. Puppy chow is always good there for you. I mean, yeah, that's very Midwest. What was the other stuff they had? Oh, hot dish. Oh man, I will scarf some hot dish. I will kill. I will kill a whole pan of hot dish right there. All right, that give me a pan of hot dish. That's mine. All right, plan on never seeing that hot dish ever again. All right, don't even bother putting it on a milk carton or putting up flyers on a telephone pole. Now that thing's going to be missing because I'll scarf it down. There you go. Its final resting place will be in my belly. Okay, there you go. But Midwest foods, there you go. I like that stuff right there a lot. Some of the stuff on there I did not like on that list, of course. All right, ambrosia salad. The hell? It's even worse than the band Ambrosia. Okay. All right. Okay. So, we're going to move on here mercifully from ambrosia salad there. And we're gonna kick into something there, something a little bit more appetizing, perhaps. I don't know. You don't know yet. All right. So don't make any assumptions. You don't know if this is going to be more appetizing. Compared to ambrosia, I guarantee it's more appetizing. I mean, everything's more appetizing compared to ambrosia salad. Ugh. But anyway, let's get ourselves into some brew review time. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me show you the brew for tonight. And speaking of going back decades here, yes, it's going back decades here. We got a little play on some Nirvana here with this beer tonight. Smells like bean spirit. Yep, you can just hear Kurt Cobain, Dave Grohl, and Kurt Novoselic there on this Smells Like Bean Spirit beer right there. Just picturing that Smells Like Teen Spirit video from way back in the day there. So, but this is brought to us by, as you see at the very top of the can, Microphone Brewery, which is in Elk Grove Village, Illinois. All right. And as you can tell from the name of the beer and then just kind of the beer and all that stuff with the coffee beans on there. Yeah, this is a coffee flavored beer. It's got a coffee. Basically it's a coffee flavored style beer in this here. And actually, they team up with a coffee company. It's called like a Tugboat Brewing, which holds a special place in my heart due to my dearly departed, the first dog of Movies Merica that we all lost a year and 2 months ago. Here, his name was my little fuzzy buddy. His name was Tugboat. So so it comes to us as this beer company does coincide or does do a little what's the word I'm looking for, man? I can't think of words tonight. They establish a correlation, a connection. We're going to go with that with Tugboat Coffee Roasters here, and they do that as part of making what the style of this beer is an imperial breakfast stout there. So yeah, you've got Microphone Brewing collaborating. That's the word I was looking for there earlier. It's collaborating with Tugboat Coffee Roasters. So yeah, I just had to like, just move around a few brain cells up there, like I'm feng shuang my living room. And finally I can think of words. Okay. And the flavor of this, I mean, that's the most important thing we're talking about right here with the beer, right? The flavor is described as thick and viscous. Ooh, I never thought I'd get to use the word viscous today right there. And I haven't even talked about motor oil, and that's when I talk about viscous right there is with motor oil. But anyway, this beer, speaking of the word viscous, this beer is viscous and thick. All right. And it features dominant notes of sweet maple syrup. I can vouch for that. Rich dark chocolate. I can vouch for that. And roasted Sumatra coffee. I can vouch for the roasted coffee part. Again, it doesn't taste like Sumatra. Okay. And the alcohol by volume on this ranges from 8% to 10.75%. So the old ABV is a rather impressive number for a beer. All right, obviously not for hard liquor or anything like that. So, now we've got some limited edition versions of this Smells Like Bean Spirits, because every once in a while they'll come out with different versions like double maple, hazelnut. There's they do barrel aged versions, like they have like a Buffalo Trace version of this, which sounds absolutely awesome. Who doesn't love themselves some Buffalo Trace, right? Weller or Heaven Hill bourbon barrels. So yeah, they'll age this in bourbon barrels to make various versions of this Smells Like Bean Spirit there. So, but this beer, I mean, all that to say is I cannot recommend this beer just based on my taste here. I mean, what it tastes like to me is, imagine like, you've brewed yourself a pot of coffee and you shut it off, you empty the pot. It's got a little bit of coffee left in there accidentally. And then like a couple weeks later, you go to that same coffee pot and you take a spoon, you just scrape a little bit of the old crusty coffee that's been sitting there at the bottom of that coffee pot for like a couple weeks, and you eat it. Yeah. Not delicious. Not good. Not tasty. Not scrumptious. And because of that, I can't recommend this. I mean, I could not in good conscience recommend it. Would you want me recommending a beer that tastes like that? Hell to the no right there, okay? So, yeah, this we got a swing and a miss on this one right here. They can't all be winners, all right? But, yes, we're looking at liquid failure here out of Elk Grove Village, Illinois right there. But, yeah, they should have actually put a little bit more effort into the actual beer and less into the packaging. I get it. They're trying to be cute, like smells like bean spirit, just like smells like teen spirit. Get it? All right. So yeah, they should have just invested a little bit more love and care into the beer and making it tasty right there. So, but I am not a fan. I can't recommend it. So if you go out there and you get yourself some Smells Like Bean Spirit and you hate it, that's on you. That's on you. All right. Don't say I didn't warn you. You asked for it. I didn't tell you to drink it or anything like that because I try to look out for you, my Movies Merica viewers, and I do not want to lead you astray. Okay, just like how I warn you away from woke movies, I try to warn you away from garbage beer. Okay, and this is garbage beer right here. All right, that can right there, garbage beer. All right, there you go. All right, but yeah, all that to say is, if you do taste it and you disagree, if you've ever, if you've ever had this, if I can talk tonight, and you disagree, hey, let me know up in the live chat or let me know in the comments, later on by all means right there. But yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. I like Nirvana. I like Smells Like Teen Spirit, but not a fan of Smells Like Bean Spirit. All right. So not at all. And if it seems like I'm being mean to Bean, that's the intention because this beer is mean to my taste buds. That's for sure. Okay. All right. With that, that has been Brew Review Time. All right, what should we do next, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Well, I know what we should do here. Okay, this is when I want to make sure that I tantalize you with something that you are definitely going to want to see here. And no, it's nothing dirty. So get your minds out of the gutter. All right. So put the jergens and the paper towels away. All right. It is not that kind of show, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. All right. Not at all. All right. This is a fine, upstanding family show. No, it's not. No, I, of course, am talking about the Movies Merica merch store, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Look at that handsome devil right there. Yes, let's get on down and see some of the assorted items here. But yeah, as you see, we got apparel, we got hats, drinkware, got some accessories here. We got different types of Movies Merica logos. Got the Big Mugs logo, a Holly Weird, and Black Adam. And yeah, let's just do some scrolling and rolling. Why don't we, right? So yeah, right here we're starting off. We got our Big Mugs logo style merchandise here with t-shirts. And just to warn you, this hat does not have any purple on the front there. Okay, that Big Mugs camo trucker hat. So yeah, I know it's a bummer. But yeah, no purple on that. But everything else is as it looks on here. Get the Big Bugs tank top, the long sleeve, the baseball long sleeve to be more specific. Got a windbreaker and hoodie. For you ladies that are in shape enough to wear a sports bra, and you should only wear a sports bra if you're in shape. All right, there you go. Daddy Movies Merica says that. There you go. Yeah, we got got a Big Mugs sports bra right there for you. So there you go. But yeah, you have to look like her to be able to wear that right there. All right. Then we've got our Holly Weird style of Movies Merica logo as I have brain freeze there for a second. And yes, we got t-shirts, tank tops, and baseball long sleeves and hoodies, all with the Holly Weird Movies Merica logo on it there as well. And then my personal favorite style of Movies Merica logo, the Black Adam style there with t-shirts and tank tops and all of that good stuff right there. But you might be saying, hey, Van, that's great. I love all your gear. I've got all your gear. I've got a closet full of Movies Merica clothes in there. I can't possibly buy any more. I might buy that sports bra because I've been having special feelings lately. No, I'm not going to do it. But, I've got all your clothes. But you know what? I get very, very thirsty. I get awful thirsty a lot. And man, if only there was some drinkware with some Movies Merica logos on there. And you know what, friend? Get ready to be happy. All right. It's your lucky day. All right. You're going to be dancing a jig when you see that we do have Movies Merica drinkware. Yes, we got a glossy mug here for all your coffee. We got a can-shaped glass. We got a pint glass there. Got a couple of types of koozies there. to keep your drinks cold or hot, whatever the case may be. If you got a desk right there, we got a desk mat in different sizes there for you that you can sit at. You can sit at your desk while you're drinking your coffee out of your Movies Merica coffee mug. So yeah, we're just trying to cater to, just what we just picture everyone needs as far as some merch there. But it's very easy to get to this Movies Merica merch store here. All right, we've got the link down in the description, the Movies Merica merch store link down in the description there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So go ahead and get your hands on some of that sweet, sweet moich. Okay, there you go. And also, hey, give the gift of Movies Merica, okay? Because we got Mother's Day coming up next month, right? We got Daddy's Day coming up the month after. Why did I say Daddy's Day? That sounds really, really troubling. Father's Day. There we go. Father's Day on June, or in June, I should say. There. So yeah. So give your ma, give your pa the gift of Movies Merica there. And you know what? Maybe your relationship with your mom and dad hasn't been too hot, for a few years, and they wrote you out of the will. Well, nothing says, hey, mommy, daddy, I love you, and put me back on that will, why don't you? Quite like a Movies Merica hat or t-shirt or something like that. So there you go. All right, check it out. All right, enough about that. All right, we got some more normal to talk about here, and let me double check something. I'm gonna do something actually here. I'm gonna attempt to do a little multitasking here. I know we're treading on dangerous ground here. This is a veritable potential landmine that I am doing right here. So yeah, it's something else that I am taking on right here. But I like to rise to a challenge, everyone. I like to rise to a challenge and do what I can for everybody there, all potential watchers of Movies Merica out there. I like to talk to my public. Let's talk to the public here and get them to come on and check out the show and all of that stuff right there. Plus, I want to get Mr. Scott Awesome some company there in the live chat there, right? I feel like he might be getting lonely in there, and we need to basically have him hear a knock on the door. What are we doing right there? That makes no sense right there. Makes no sense whatsoever. Let's check this out. Let's do this real quick. Share, copy. There we go. And there we go. I must have zigged when I should have zagged there. All right. So we're moving on with some more normal here. And as Mr. Scott Awesome will agree with me on this episode here, the action in normal kicked ass. All right. It kicked serious ass. Okay. Apparently, one thing that didn't kick ass is the deputy's aim. Okay. So remember that Bob Odenkirk plays the sheriff. And of course, when you're a sheriff, you have, deputies, right? And the deputies, if you watch this movie, you do learn that the deputies, they work for the Yakuza. Okay. They're part of the network there in normal, the Minnesota residents of this Minnesota town there who have been basically hired by the Yakuza to look out for the Yakuza's, fortune that they keep in the local bank vault there. And if the fit hits the shan and somebody tries to, goes into the bank and tries to rob the bank and hence perhaps will interfere with the Yakuza's fortune, then everybody in town, they have direct orders. Okay. That's a standing order that you take out whoever is trying to get after the Yakuza's, basically the Yakuza's booty, okay, the Yakuza's fortune. And so they have to take out Sheriff Richardson, Bob Odenkirk here, because, they can't have anybody knowing about this Minnesota town, basically, being kind of an offshore storage dump, for the Yakuza's holdings and all that stuff. So obviously, like I said, the fit hits the shan when there's a attempted robbery on this bank, And so the deputies are like, all right, well, this is the situation we're in. We know what we've been ordered to do by our Yakuza bosses. So, they know they got to kill the sheriff, their temporary boss, because he's the temporary sheriff. So they had Sheriff Richardson dead to rights at that bank and completely missed him because remember that? He was like standing at the front door of the bank, just figuring out, like how to play this and trying to de-escalate the bank robbery. And he's there, and then all of a sudden, his deputies just aim right at him, and they completely miss him. Not that I wanted him to get shot. I did not want that, but I guess the filmmakers, they wanted to show how inept these local yokels are. Maybe they shouldn't have, maybe they should have actually, maybe they should have spent more time at the gun range and less time inhaling grub at various potlucks around town. Now, for their ineptitude, Deputy Anderson finds himself in a predicament where at least he'll only have to buy one earbud going forward, all right? Richardson, Sheriff Richardson, Bob Odenkirk, he goes full Reservoir Dogs ear removal with a gunshot on Anderson. Like they say, Anderson, don't start nothing, won't be nothing, all right? Then this gunfight at the bank between the sheriff and his deputies, they, of course, it gets the rest of normal, to turn off their Garrison Keeler, Prairie Home Companion and head to the bank, all right? And that includes the mayor there, again, played by Henry Winkler, the Fonz there. And hey, look at Mr. Scott Awesome over here. I thought I spotted a little lime green out of the corner of my eye right there with the $2 Rumble Rant, man. Hell yeah. Mad respect there, bro. I appreciate that. And, that means I do have to take a swig of this beer that I am not a fan of here, but I will do it for you, Mr. Scott Awesome, for that awesome Rumble Rant. All right, here we go. Delicious. So tasty. All right. All the same, though. Thanks, Mr. Scott Awesome, for that $2 Rumble Rant. And yes, if you donate any money via a Rumble Rant or a live chat in YouTube, I got it. I got to swig that beer. All right. And isn't that more fun, right? When I'm drinking a beer and I'm looking at a beer that I absolutely find nasty, delicious, or nasty and not delicious, I should say. And you guys have the power to make me drink that nasty swill, all right, just by throwing some money at me via a Rumble Rant or a live or a smart. What am I talking about? Giving me some money on YouTube. There we go. All right, there we go. I cannot think tonight. All right, it's probably because I got my mind on how awful that beer is right there. But hey, we got the Whiskey Capitalist podcast up in the live chat too, saying yo. All right, or maybe it's yo, maybe Rocky style. There you go, yo, man. Yo, I ain't heard no bell, Mick. I ain't heard, cut me, Mick. Cut me, man. All right. But now nobody's cutting me tonight because, we haven't lost all hope in this show here. But anyway, so as I was saying, Henry Winkler, the Fonz, he plays the mayor in this movie, and he's showing up at the bank because as the mayor, he's like the head of the town for the Yakuza and all that stuff. He's the go-to guy that Yakuza goes to there for the town. And, it's not long after the mayor gets to the bank to do some confronting where we see mayor meet grenade launcher meet mayor. That is to say, the good sheriff unintentionally turns the dirty mayor into exploding strawberry jelly with a grenade launcher. Okay, all right. Now, they could have inserted a joke here where they have like Hannibal Lecter suddenly walk up with a piece of buttered toast or something like that. So, but maybe that would have been like, a little too on the nose or something like that. But, and I'm sure he would have picked up the deputy's ear there for a midnight snack later on too there. That crazy, wacky Hannibal Lecter, right? Okay. Then the posse, that the mayor rounded up there, that all the people that, they turned off the Prairie Home Companion and came on out to the bank. That posse that he rounded up, which the mayor said numbered over 1,000, but looked more like 25 people, start to try to hold it down. But our beloved determined sheriff, played by Bob Odenkirk, has other plans. We proceed to see the sheriff and his two new accomplices, the guy, the guy and gal team that stupidly attempted to rob the bank right there. We see them all sneak out of the bank, and then we have our start of like this town-wide hunt, all right, by the townspeople of the sheriff, all right? And we've got, and they're hunting these guys down. They're hunting the sheriff down and the bank robbers because these townspeople, they can't let the word get out that the Yakuza is using normal for abnormal means right there. So you can't do it. But of course, throughout this whole, as part of this whole, town-wide hunt, you get some really good gunplay. You get Bob Odenkirk using that same grenade launcher that turned the Fonz into exploding strawberry jam. He's using it on cars, and cars are exploding and flying up in the air and landing and crushing people. And it's glorious, glorious. Okay, so yeah, this movie has got kick-ass action, and it's basically it's just like Fargo meets John Wick, right? So, or being this is Minnesota, not John Wick, we're gonna say John Gustafson. There we go. There you go. But yeah, there we go with that. With normal, just wanted to get into a little bit normal. There we go. I don't know what that is all about, but all right. Anyway, I can't do stuff right. I can't do stuff right. Yeah, let me do stuff right over here. Well, this is one thing that I'm going to do right. All right. I'm going to do right by you, everybody, by getting into my personal favorite segment of every Movies Merica episode. And that, of course, would be the movie military moment. And what the movie military moment is, it's the segment where I give myself a few minutes to pay tribute to a military member that has been heroic enough to be awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. All right. So a badass, essentially. All right. Now, you might be saying, hey, Van, that's great that you're paying tribute to a Congressional Medal of Honor winner, but this is a movie show, Buck. All right. This is a movie show, pal. What does movies have to do with paying tribute to a Congressional Medal of Honor recipient? That's a good question. You're thinking critically. I like where your head's at, all right? And that also means that I owe you an explanation. I'm not trying to blow you up. I'm not trying to deflect you, okay? Or deflect from giving you a explanation, all right? But you're going to have to wait until after this. All right, I owe you an explanation, everybody. All right, for all of you who have never seen an episode, or at least have never seen a movie military moment segment here before that I do, and the connection between movies and me paying tribute to a Congressional Medal of Honor recipient is this. So, as you would imagine, if you are a Congressional Medal of Honor recipient, you didn't get it for being the best booger picker on the base. All right, you didn't get it for being the best letter sorter at the base post office. All right, you got it for doing some shit. Okay, you got it for doing something badass, right? And it's typically, well, I should say 100% of the time, it's something where, if you're there live seeing it in action, I mean, you're like, oh my God, what am I watching? Wow, what a badass, man. Did you see that guy? Oh my God, this guy's kicking ass. It's something like that, right? Okay, you're a Marine, you're storming the beaches of Iwo Jima, and you're mowing down Japs, right? And you've got your BAR, your Browning automatic rifle for all you civilians, and you're out of BAR rounds, and you pick yourself up, somebody's sidearm, and you run out of rounds there. Pretty soon, you just got one grenade on you, and you see your fellow Marines over there, and you see a Japanese pillbox over there. And those guys over there are about to mow down your buddies over there, all right? And you're like, I got no more rounds left, but I do have this grenade over here. And you know what? I'm not going to let Ling Ling, Ching Chong, and Oki-san over there take out my Marines over there, all right? So, you know what? This one's for you, America. So you pull the pin on a grenade. You run over there in that Japanese pillbox. And, you just pull the pin and you take out those Japs. You turn them into sushi. Of course, you turn yourself into sushi there as well. And you save the day. And, an officer just happens to see you do that. And they happen to write up a citation for you. And you are awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. And if you saw that whole scene that I just described for you play out on a big movie screen right in front of you, that would be a very cool movie military moment. There you go. All right, that's the connection, everybody. So, without further ado, here we are going to get into this movie military moment and not waste any time there with. We're not going to basically delay honoring our special honoree for tonight, which is, or who is, a specialist fourth class Raymond Richard Buzzer Wright, who fought in the Vietnam War there, okay? And so I think that, you know what, not only should we pay tribute to Specialist Fourth Class Wright there, I think he deserves his own movie military moment music, don't you? I think so. I think that's the least we could do for the good for our hero here. So let's get that rolling. This is the movie military moment. And in this movie military moment, we pay tribute to one Raymond Richard Buzzer Wright, specialist fourth class in the Vietnam War. And let's find out more about specialist fourth class Wright. And to warn you, this is going to be a long one. All right, there we go. Let's get into this. For conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of his life above and beyond the call of duty. While serving as a rifleman with Company A, Specialist Fourth Class Wright distinguished himself during a combat patrol in an area where an enemy ambush had occurred earlier. Specialist Wright's unit suddenly came under intense automatic weapons and small arms fire from an enemy bunker system protected by numerous snipers in nearby trees. Despite the heavy enemy fire, Specialist Wright and another soldier leaped to the top of a dike to assault the position. Armed with a rifle and several grenades, he and his comrade exposed themselves to intense fire from the bunkers as they charged the nearest one. Specialist Wright raced to the bunker, threw in a grenade, and knocked him. His soldiers ran by a hail of fire to a second bunker. While his comrade covered him with his machine gun, Specialist Wright charged the bunker and killing a second with a grenade. Our third bunker contained an automatic rifleman and came down much of the friendly platoon. While his comrade again covered him with machine gun fire, Specialist Wright charged in and killed the enemy rifleman with a grenade. The two soldiers worked their way to the remaining bunkers, knocking on four of them. Throughout their furious assault, Specialist Wright and his comrade had been almost continuously exposed to intense sniper fire from the tree line as the enemy escorts fought to stop their attack. Overcoming stubborn resistance to the bunker system, the men advanced into the tree line, forcing the snipers to retreat, giving immediate chase and driving the enemy away from their friendly unit so that it advanced across the open area without further casualties. When his ammunition was exhausted, Specialist Wright returned to his unit to assist in the evacuation of the wounded. This two-man assault had driven an enemy platoon from a well-prepared position, accounted for numerous enemy casualties, and averted further friendly casualties. Specialist Wright, for their heroism, courage, and indomitable fighting spirit, saved the lives of many of his comrades and inflicted serious damage on the enemy. His acts were in keeping with the highest traditions of the military service and reflect great credit upon himself and the U.S. Army. And we salute you here, Specialist Fourth Class Raymond Richard Buzzer Wright. And you make us proud, and I'm proud to be before, I guess, say here, for you during this movie military moment. All right? And speaking of that, this has been the movie military moment. All right, there we go. All right, get out of here. Let's do this. All right, I liked it. I like it a lot. Okay, so yeah, just it's a small part of what I can do for these heroes here. I'm ex-military, but I'm nothing compared to these guys that I talk about here during the movie Military Moment. And so it's just something that I want to do here. And hopefully, hey, if you guys want to check out these citations there, you most certainly can. Let me give you the website that I go to. It's a cmohs.org/recipients. Again, that's cmohs.org/recipients, and check it out. All right. But for right now, that has been the movie Military Moment. Okay, what should we do right now? I know what we should do right now. I should beg for money. All right, and by that I mean I'm going to let you guys know that if you guys want to throw a buck or two, or however much my way, you most certainly can do, just like Mr. Scott Awesome did via Rumble with a Rumble rant there, threw $2 my way, and boy am I thankful for that. All right, and so yes, the way you do that on Rumble is you just got to fire up the live chat window. So that's just a matter of going down and clicking on the chat button or live chat button, fire up that live chat window. Go down at the bottom where you would type in your live chat message and look for a button with a $sign on it. Click on that. It'll just ask you how much you want to throw this guy's way, and that's it. All right. And then also there is the gifted subscription button there as well. It's right next to that $sign, and you can just click on that and you can gift a Movies Merica subscription, which I believe is like $5 there to somebody. So if you're feeling generous, if you're feeling in the gift giving mood, by all means, you can definitely do that. We also have on Rumble, we've got the tip button there as well. And if you want to throw a little cash my way, but do it via the Rumble wallet, you can do it that way. So you just got to click on the tip button and throw some cash my way, the crypto cash at first via the Rumble wallet, and you can do it that way. All right. And then what you can do also in the YouTube side, if you're checking me out on the YouTube side, is you can do what they call a super chat. Okay. And it works not exactly, but a lot like it works on Rumble. You fire up the live chat window in YouTube via the live chat or chat button down there somewhere. And then once you fire up that live chat window, down towards the bottom there, where you would type in your message, just look for a button with a dollar bill on it. Click on that. It'll pop up another window, again, asking you how much cash you want to throw this guy's way. That's it. Very simple, very easy. All right. Very easy, lemon squeezy. All right. And again, that's enough out of me about begging for money and all that stuff. So, but just wanted to, let you know if you are so inclined to throw some cash my way. But that's enough of that. All right, we're getting ready to wrap up this bad boy over here. But what I should do is I want to let you guys know about the movie that I'm going to be talking about next week. And that movie is going to be the movie that's about this guy. Maybe you've heard of him. I don't know. It's kind of iffy. It's a 50-50 shot whether you remember this guy or ever heard of this guy before. A guy named Michael Jackson. Anybody know the guy? Michael Jackson, something like that. King of Pop, something like that. So I don't know. I know maybe you don't know, but anyway. But they made a movie about this guy. This Michael Jackson guy. Yeah, Michael Jackson. Simply called Michael. All right. And so yes, that will be the movie for next week. So that means this Sunday on Movies Merica Live, I will be spoiler-free reviewing the movie Michael. Okay, and that show on Sunday. Let me let you know what time that comes on. That comes on Sunday afternoon at 4 Eastern, 3 Central, 2 Mountain, and 1 Pacific time right there. Spoiler-free review of the new movie Michael. And then a week from tonight on this very same show here, be talking some Michael here, but in more spoilery fashion, all right? And again, this show, of course, on Thursday night comes on at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, and 4 Pacific every Thursday night. There you go. So, yeah. Check it out. Check it out on Sunday. for my recommendation or non-recommendation of the movie about this guy, this Michael Jackson guy. Michael Jackson guy. I no idea. Anyway, I'm gonna go see the movie all the same right there. All right. What should we do next here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Well, let me double check here, and I love it. All right. Yes, we're getting ready to wrap this bad boy up here, but real quick, just while it's top of mind here, just want to ask you, implore you, perhaps, that if you would follow me on the platforms that I'm on here, you'll be able to find Movies Merica, this guy right here, on X under @Movies Merica. I'm on Facebook. I have a Movies Merica group, a Movies Merica page. I have my Van Ebert profile on there on Facebook as well. I'm on Rumble, of course. I've got 3 Movies Merica Rumble accounts on there. So if you would follow all 3 of them, that would be fantastic. Okay. Find the Till Death Podcast Network on YouTube. Okay. And follow that there. Subscribe to that account right there, of which I'm a part of. Okay. I'm on Gab if you're a Gab guy or a Gab gal. I have a Movies Merica account on Instagram there. So no, don't get your hopes up. No pictures of me like in thong bikinis posing, like most of the videos that you see, most of the pictures that you see on Instagram right there. So yeah, ladies, ladies, and then some guys, don't get your hopes up right there. So all right, ain't that kind of guy. All right, I don't go that way. So there you go. But all right, so I just want to thank everybody for checking out the show here tonight. I am touched by there we go. Just trying to do this is what happens when you try to multitask here, and it just doesn't go well. There we go. Gonna try that. There we go. All right. That's the way. I like it. All right, but yes, please go ahead and send out like the links to this episode and links to any other Movies Merica episode you are so inclined to do. All right. And you can send the link to just the Movies Merica channel on Rumble. There, you'll know that you've found the right Movies Merica channel on Rumble. It's the one with a shitload of episodes of Movies Merica on it. The other Movies Merica accounts, not so many episodes on there. Okay, there you go. So send that link there, and then also you can get a link for individual episodes. Another excellent use of the Movies Merica page there and just the Movies Merica show on Rumble or YouTube is, say you're like watching Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime or HBO Max or whatever, and they're showing you movies. You're looking at your algorithm there, and you check out a movie. You're like, hey, that thumbnail, that movie looks kind of good. All right, I like that actor. But is the movie good? Because I don't want to waste the next 90 minutes to 2.5 hours of my life on a shitty movie, right? So what you should do is go to Rumble or YouTube, type in Movies Merica and the name of the movie, and you're bound to find a spoiler-free review of that movie by yours truly right here, okay? And, of course, I get it. My episodes are like, 45 to an hour long, 45 minutes to an hour long, or even longer than that sometimes. So for the spoiler-free episodes, the Movies Merica live episodes, so do yourself a favor. I don't blame you. You don't want to have to watch a whole hour show just to get an idea if a movie's good or not. So fast forward to like the 45-minute, 50-minute mark of the episode. It's typically where you'll find my final thoughts on the movie. And yeah, potentially save yourself, 90 minutes to 3 hours of pain and suffering. Okay. Or get turned on to 90 minutes to 3 hours of pure cinematic bliss. Okay, all right? But if you go and you blindly watch that movie and it sucks balls, that's your fault, all right? Because you didn't look up that movie along with Movies Merica on Rumble or YouTube. So not my fault. I am not going to accept any blame whatsoever right there. Not at all, okay? So, all right, well, let's do this here real quick. As I get rid of, as we wrap up this episode right there. But yeah, we're going to wrap up this show here as soon as I get my ducks in a row right here. But let's do this here. Whoops. So my mouse, I gotta get a new scroll wheel for my mouse. This thing sucks. Okay, there we go. All right. But let's do this here. And hey, if you guys want to join me on this raid that I'm going to attempt right here, by all means, we're gonna do a little raid if this goes well. And yeah, I'll see you over there. All right. So there you go, guys. All right. And like I always say, get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. See ya. Howdy, my movie maniacs and my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. Would you do me a favor and check me out at solo.to/Movies Merica? That's where you would go for a one-stop shop for all the links that have to do with me, Movies Merica. And then also, if you want to check out the audio-only podcast versions of my Movies Merica live episodes, that's my spoiler-free reviews that I do on Sunday, you can go to moviesmerica.com or Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, places like that. And then, actually, if you would also check me out on the social media sites like X and Instagram and Facebook and Gab. And I'm on those locations all under @Movies Merica. So it is very easy to find me out there, all right? So get to it, everybody. All right, thanks for watching. Later.
Hey guys, don't leave the video quite yet. Okay, I've got the popo. They're coming after me, and I don't have much time to tell you, but you need to like and subscribe this video right here, down below. It's right down there. It's just waiting. It's waiting for you down there, okay? And make sure you watch these videos over here too. You'll be doing me a big favor. I'm gonna be in handcuffs pretty soon. All right, thanks for watching.